Hello and welcome to a GeoDict tutorial. My name is Anne Blumer. I'm an application engineer at Math2Market, and in the following video I will show you how to compare results using GeoDict 2022. The example structures I will compare in this tutorial are a cathode and its statistical digital twin. But of course, you can follow this tutorial with any structure. Open two separate GeoDict instances. Click on File and then Open Structure and choose the original structure. In the other GeoDict instance, do the same, and this time choose the digital twin of the cathode. After the structures have opened, try to make the window smaller so that you can see both structures at once. Then click on Visualization in the sidebar. At the bottom you can find an eye-like symbol, the Sync button. Click on it and then switch to the other GeoDict instance. Do the same again. If it was successful, the message GeoDict is connected appears below the buttons. Close the Visualization Settings dialog and collapse the console to have more space available to visualize the structure. We start with a 2D visual investigation. At first, zoom a bit into the structure in the left window by pressing the right mouse button and dragging it downwards. The changes you make will also be applied to the structure in the right window. There are many more settings which can be applied to the two structures simultaneously, and I will show you some of them. For example, we can slice through the structure either by scrolling or by using the slider in the visualization panel. Observe the number of the slice in X direction. We can also change the viewing direction to another axis, the Y-axis for example. Adjust the slider for the depth value to a positive value to get more insight into the structure. Changing to the Structure tab in the Visualization panel, you can clip a part of the structure. Set the left value of clip X to 100 to cut off the first 100 voxels in X direction. This will also be applied to the other structure. Now change to the 3D view. Click on the 3D icon in the toolbar. Then both views will change. In the Statistics tab, compare the volume percentages of each material ID. This will not be synced, but you can see that the volume fractions are almost equal. In the Structure tab, you can undo the clipping from before. Just set the left value for clip X back to 0. Also choose the Smooth Structure Renderer to get a nicer visualization. Switch to the Camera tab and click Show Halo. Rotate the structure to get a better overview. As you might have already seen, the structures look similar but still different, so we want to do an analytical comparison of both. From the menu, choose Analyze, then PoroDict, and then Pore Size Distribution, Porosymmetry. Click Edit and activate Write Pore Size Distribution as GSD file. Then click Run. Do the same for the statistical twin and choose here the result file name porosimetry-twin.gdr. After the simulations are finished, choose Result Viewer open. In the Result Viewer, go to the Pore Size Visualization tab and load the pore size distribution file by clicking on Load GeoDict Size Distribution. Confirm with OK. Do this for both loaded structures. Now, two volume fields are loaded, but with different scales for the color maps. In the Visualization panel, choose the Volume Field tab and click on Edit Color Map to change the plot range. By default, the data range is plotted by percentiles. We choose Manual for this tutorial, and the high threshold is automatically adjusted to the highest percentile value of both volume fields. The changes are applied immediately, so you can close the dialog. To avoid confusion between the loaded structure and the volume field, you can turn off the structure. Just uncheck the Structure tab in the Visualization panel. The previously red parts are now blue. These are pores with 0 diameter, which are exactly the solid parts, grains and binder. We can also turn off the volume field in the parts where we have solid materials. Open the pull-down menu for Visible on Material IDs in the Volume Field tab and deselect Materials 1 and 2. Now, only the volume field in the pores is visible. Next, we want to do a more analytical investigation. Close one of the result viewers, and in the still opened result viewer from the other GeoDict instance, click Open to reopen the just closed result file. Using Shift, you can select both files and they are displayed side by side. Click Synchronize tabs and then click on the Results tab and in the Report subtab. Here you can compare, for example, the characteristic diameters. In the original structure, 50% of the pores have a diameter of less or equal 3.92 micrometer, whereas for the statistical twin, 50% of the pores have a diameter of less or equal 3.79 micrometers. Change now to the tab Log Map. Here you get information about the runtime, the system and memory used. If you open only one result file, all text is written in black. Observe the different colors. The keys are either written in yellow or green. Yellow means that a value connected with this key differs between the files. Take for example the key Total Runtime, which is printed in yellow, where the runtime differs by around 4 seconds. Therefore, the value is printed in red to indicate that a difference occurs at this point. Look at the key memory, which itself has no value, but it has some subkeys which can be expanded. Here, the memory used by GeoDict is different and has the same color scheme as mentioned before. The key external process is green, so this means the value is equal for both result files, which is indeed the case. Change now to the Results tab and go to Plots. When looking at the x-axis of the plots, you can see the different plot ranges. To equalize them, make a right-click inside the graph and choose Edit Axis Settings. Uncheck Scale Axis Automatically and define the axis range. The value on the left-hand side is fine. For the right-hand side, 14 should be enough to plot all data. For the y-axis, do the same. Here, 52 as upper bound is a good choice. Click Apply and then Close. Now you are asked if you want the settings to be applied to all open GDR files. Confirm by clicking Yes, so the plot of the other result file will be adjusted. Now we can compare both graphs visually, but it would be easier if both curves were in one plot. Indeed, this can be done in the following way. In the upper right corner of the result viewer, click on Combine Results. The default result file name is fine for now. Both result files are selected, so click OK. In the Combined GDR, go to the Plots subtab to find all data curves in one plot. The colors in the cumulative histogram plot are quite similar. You can change them by clicking right in the plot and choose Edit Graph Styles. Choose the dataset for which you want to change the color. We choose porosymmetry, pores larger than diameter, but we do not change the color. Instead, we change the line style to dashed. We do the same for the porosymmetry twin, pores larger than diameter dataset. Click Apply and then Close. Now the different curves can be better identified. Go to the Compare Maps tab, where you can find the information from the underlying GDR files. Note that here the same color coding is used as for the two simultaneously displayed result files. This is the end of this video tutorial. I showed you several possibilities how to visually and analytically compare results in GeoDict 2022. If you found this tutorial helpful, please check out our Math2Market YouTube channel for more GeoDict videos. Goodbye!